back, way back in my day, I had to register with a school, and I didn't know of any other way. You know, things progress, everything on the computer now, especially after COVID happened, everything just more accessible. So you don't need a school to do anything. So it have a page on ACCA-TT website where you could register for ACCA, register for ICAT, and then once you register for ACCA, logging in to myacca.com. You're going to Google, as always, put on the ACCA website, and from there go to My ACCA. When you go into My ACCA, they will ask you if you want to pay for exams. You're using that. Once you have a credit card, you're paying for ICAT, ACCA. You don't need, nobody needs to know. Everything as far as ACCA is concerned, you can accomplish it on your own. You don't need to go through a school for anything. So you're Googling. If you haven't registered before, first you're registering with ICAT, and then you're registering with ACCA, and well, all these come with a fee. So you're register and pay one time. Register with ICAT, register with ACCA, log into ACCA website, and pay for the exam. Right? It has something called fees and payments or something like that on the My ACCA page, and you're using that now to pay for your exam. And as far as self-studying goes, you just have to have the diligence and the discipline to do it. So you see that ACCA give us a whole set of webinars and whatnot on the ACCA YouTube page. Look at all those. It's just a whole set of free tools that they give out that would help you to be successful in your exam without having to have somebody to literally teach you face to face like that. Because it's still having somebody show you what to do if you're looking at the open tuition videos, if you're looking at the webinars and all the different things that they have put on the YouTube page, which I found to be very useful, especially coming down to closer to the exam after I've already reviewed the exam format and I review all the notes, looking at all the different information that is available on YouTube from ACCA themselves, because they hire the top tutors to give tips on the exam. And that, yeah, sometimes it used to be during work, so I had a management time, but I really used to just listen to it, and it is playback. I like to watch things live when they're giving it to me, so I could ask any questions that I have without having to go to study school and whatnot. And my advice is to make sure that you are prepared at least a little bit for the exam before you pay for the exam. It have no rush. Don't go paying for the exam and you're not ready thinking you could ask them to put it off. This isn't them. It's not running like in Trinidad and Tobago. It's not a parlor. Make sure you're prepared before you go. Even though if you have like real emergency, they may, but it's up to them, and I do like to play with my money. So make sure that you're prepared for the exam before you pay for it. I always like to do at least one mock before I pay for my exam. That's how I would know if I'm ready or if I just better to leave it. Right? Outside of that, the books you can get at on Amazon. I unfortunately was blessed with old books. So I have friends who passed their old papers, and I used books from probably 2015 to pass the exams in 2023. I used 2018 textbooks from, I find that's way back in the day, but 2018, because they bring out new textbooks every year, and the changes so minuscule, it's not even funny. So I don't feel like if I need to, every time I go to write the exam, and next thing I had to write it back 3 times, I'll buy 3 different textbooks. Is that enough for me? So I use the old textbooks. As a matter of fact, I have a good bit of textbooks here that I don't mind giving, and it was useful to me. I think these textbooks will be useful at least up until 2027 when the big change happening. Also, I know some of you will be very curious as to whether to even bother to start ACCA, but because it's not like a degree. It's not like a degree. It does feel like if it have a lot more prestige on the ACCA title and certification, especially when it comes to accountancy and finance. So if I were you, I would do the ACCA. I encourage you to do it because it has helped me in my career and helped me further myself in my career. So it is a good thing. I find it to be a teensy bit expensive, and every year or every 2 years or whatever they keep increasing the fees. So if I when I noticed that that's what was going on, I rushed to do my exams before they increase it to something that I really cannot reach. So I encourage you to do the ACCA, and what I like about it is that I could do it on my time. So if this year I know I can't make, I pay my annual subscription and I'm good to go. But I don't think you could do that with a degree. So that's the only thing. That's my core reason for choosing to do ACCA over a degree. And self-studying, yeah, definitely value for money with that.